Hi, I'm Rekkles, and this is Google's most asked questions about me, part 2. Okay, the first one. Does Rekkles have a girlfriend? So I don't want to like hide under the rug. I don't know if that's like an expression you use in English, but I don't want to hide basically. That's all I'm saying. So I actually have met someone that I like a lot, and even though people might think that the ring means more than me having a girlfriend, it actually doesn't. It's more like a promise for us because she doesn't live here with me, so we just thought it would be like a, I don't know, cute is maybe the wrong word, but like more of a nice gesture towards each other to buy something that we could have with us when we separate for these 4 months or 5 months that we'll be apart. And then when we get together, we can show each other that we still have it and we still, you know, care about each other. But it doesn't mean that we're engaged or anything like that. For me, it's just cool because I like Lord of the Rings, and she knew I liked Lord of the Rings, so she thought it would be like a cool gift, I guess. Because now I'm actually Frodo, the ring bearer in disguise, and I like Frodo, so. Okay, the next one. Wait a minute, I got it. Does Rekkles stream? Yes, I don't. Okay, I got it wrong, but I do stream, but not right now. So yes, I don't, is a good way of putting it. I streamed a lot during the spring split from home here in Berlin, but I started to feel towards the end that it got a little bit too much for me, where I would be like waking up in the morning, going to the office to work, coming home in the evening to work. So I never really had like some time for myself to just like, you know, catch a breath basically. So I thought that this split I would rather want to stream from the office, so that when I come into the office, I can stay there for however long I like and stream for however long I like. And then when I come home, I can actually just like disconnect everything and catch a breath basically. So on to the third one. What does Rekkles mean? So I think I figured out the name a little bit after I started playing. I used to have like another name when I started playing, which was KML96, which is basically like the animal without an A, because my real name, or like my full name, is Carl Martin Erik Larsson. So I just took like the first letter of every name and put 96 after it for my birth year. And then I played with that for like 2 years or something, and then I got pretty high elo, and people started like, or like mostly my friends actually, not people, but my friends started like being pretty hyped up about me being there, but I didn't really feel it myself, and they thought I was like low-key cold-blooded for not getting any, you know, stress or pressure when I was playing games with someone like Ocelot or Xpeke, or, you know, you name whoever who was big back then and everyone would know about them. So I just kind of thought that was like a cool way of describing myself, and Googled a different couple of versions of cold-blooded, and Rekkles was one of the variations that came up. And then I tried spelling it out the way it's actually spelled out, and it was taken. And then I changed the C to a K. So I had Rekkles with double S, double K. It was taken. So I removed one S, and then it was open for me. And then ever since then, I've had that name for myself. And to the fourth one. What mouse does Rekkles use? Okay. I use the Clutch 2. I used to use the Clutch 1 before that, and this is actually kind of weird, but before I joined the team, I actually had Fnatic gear, or like the still serious Fnatic gear back then. So I didn't really have to get like anything from Fnatic, because I already had all the stuff that they were using. And it wasn't even intended, I just thought it was like a cool color scheme, black and orange. So where does Rekkles live? So when I'm in Berlin, I live by myself. I have my own apartment here, and nearby the office where we work from. And then when I'm in Gothenburg, I live together with my parents, or together with my mom specifically. My dad lives in a city called Varberg. I don't know how exactly to pronounce it in English, but it's like Varberg. I'm not sure. I kind of just decided to stick with my mom because I've grown up in Gothenburg and I have a lot of friends there and know how to get around basically. So I wanted to stick around. And now that I've you know, come up to an age where I can no longer really live at home, I've also invested in an apartment for myself there, which will be finished in 2020. So I'll always have like a place in Gothenburg to stay if I ever want to go back, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'll like quit playing or anything. It just means that when I do have time off between splits or after splits, I can come home and not like intrude into my mother's home or my father's home. Then we have, what settings does Rekkles use? I guess this is for League of Legends, so probably what most people are curious about are like my graphic settings, because I know a lot of people are confused as to why I use like low settings when we have really good PCs. And the reason for that is that when I grew up, I had like really bad stuff myself. I was actually playing on a laptop in the beginning, and I had to use everything on the lowest to get like a reasonable FPS, and then it kind of just stuck with me over the years. I always like to not have like too much stuff going on as well on the screen, so it was pretty fitting that having the lowest settings would basically allow you to see the most things. And ever since then I've just kept it. I know it looks a little bit worse than having like it look, I mean like performance based or whatever you call it, but I just prefer it this way, and it's made me comfortable over the years. And maybe people are also curious about like mouse speed. Yeah, I think people don't really care about sound. I don't think people really care about like how big my interface is, but for mouse speed I use 1600 dpi, I use 50 in game, 6 in Windows, 6 out of 11 in Windows, and I have SmartCast and everything. So it's pretty standard, I guess, but if you want to copy, feel free. I don't suggest it though, because it's not like it's a specific value, it's just what I used over the years. So just use whatever you're comfortable with. It will make you a better player rather than copying someone else. Okay, so on to the next one. How much does Rekkles earn? I'm not sure if I should actually say this, because I was raised not asking how much someone earns, but since you guys are asking so kindly, I'll do it anyways. So when I kill cannon creeps, I get 40 gold. When I kill melees, I get roughly 20, and when I kill range, I get roughly 15. And then occasionally, if I'm really lucky, and I get a bonus kill for 300 gold, I can go home and buy a BF sword. So the last one. What phone does Rekkles use? So obviously I use a OnePlus, as you can see here. It's one of our main sponsors, and I love my phone. It has so many good qualities, especially the Fnatic mode. So if you want to buy one yourself, feel free. It's a good phone. This was Google's most asked questions about me part 2. Feel free to subscribe and like the video, and don't forget to hit the bell as well. Yeah. Oh, okay, so does Rekkles have? Okay.
You can just, if you don't want to tell anything about it.
I mean, I can just pull a League of Legends thing, like I earn 14 gold when I farm range creeps.
Yeah.
Yes! That's a really good one.
I don't know how much it is specifically though for like cannons and
72,
minions.
I think it is for cannon.
Just Google it, and then I can pull it. When I farm melees, I get 19 gold. When I farm range, I get 14, and cannons I get this much. And usually I'm rich enough to buy a BF sword, something like this.